Morning.
It's the way Singapore wakes up.
Wake up.
Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman.
Wake up in the morning feeling like
Kiss 92's Big Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. I say this again, I said this last week. I think we're all looking so good on the screen.
Oh, thank you.
Hope you're enjoying, looking at our faces because, we've been experiencing a few technical difficulties over the past couple of weeks or so. So this is nice, but we will not be doing virtual interviews for a while because they're still kind of, fixing things up. So we'll have our guests in the studio, which is...
And we love that.
Yes, we absolutely love it. We have Natalie Dau in the studio. Good morning, Nat.
Good morning. Means I don't have to wear activewear today.
Exactly. And you don't have to exercise or sweat. But you know what? We always love having you in the studio. And if you don't know Natalie Dau by the name Natalie Dau, you would know her by the name Rockstar Arms on Instagram. And Natalie, every week you send us in what you're going to be talking about or little, little nuggets of what we could be discussing. But forget all that you sent in. Sorry about all the work that you did over the weekend for this. But we'd like to talk about Project 1000 because we won't be seeing you next Monday. You've got to get ready for probably the biggest project of your life, which starts on the 25th, if I'm not wrong.
That's correct.
For anyone who's just listening in and hearing about this for the first time, can you just give a quick rundown of the insanity that you're about to embark on?
Yes, 25th of May, we start in Thailand, running through Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, 1,000 kilometres, finishing on June 5th in Singapore. It's 2 marathons a day, back to back for 12 days, raising money for a charity called Girls, and then setting a Guinness World Record in Singapore Book of Records.
Amazing. So it's going to be in the Singapore Book of Records, not the World Book of Records? Both. Okay.
Both.
Okay.
You got everyone's attention when you said 2 marathons a day.
That's what, 84 kilometers?
Yes.
Is it 84, 85?
Yeah, we'll be doing about 85 a day. Yeah.
What's an extra kilometer or two, right?
I can't even make myself go for a 10-kilometer run.
Let's not talk about me. But, okay, let's talk about girls, because I think that's the most important thing here is why you're embarking on something like this. So tell us about girls.
Yeah, so my passion is obviously sport, but helping younger girls. And so Girls is a global charity. Anyone can apply for funding in any community around the world, and it helps to empower underprivileged girls through giving them access to sport and teaching them about body image, growing their confidence, and all of the great things that sports teaches us.
And Girls is spelled GRLS, right?
Yes, it sits under a big charity called Women Win. So far around the world, they've helped about 4 million girls through this program.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing.
So what is this whole body image thing? Why is it so important to get them to understand this area?
Yeah, I think in some of the communities the girls are coming from, they're very much body shamed or told not to discuss their body or love their body. It's covered up. And so I think it's not about size in this case. It's just about embracing who you are and what your body can do for you. So Girls tries to educate them around the power of their body and to use that for good.
Right.
And it's about getting girls education as well, because once they're educated and they find out more, they know how to empower themselves as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's continue to talk to Nat on The Big Show TV. Meantime, here's Bella Porch and Lauv. This is Crush on Kiss 92.
So I'd mentioned a little bit about how the Guinness Book of World Records will be recorded when they're not here, but you probably be better at explaining that because you won't have any representatives from the Guinness Book of World Records here.
No, we won't. We have a very large manual that they've put together for us that we have to follow, and it has everything from how far the cars can be in access to you when I'm running, right through to collecting hotel receipts, recording start times, finish times, videos, photos, and obviously we had to put in GPX files for approval before, so we have to follow the exact same route that they've given. And so the one thing is if I stop somewhere for the end of the day, I can get in a car to go to a place to go and sleep, but I have to go exactly back to that spot the next day to start again. So it's sort of a big audit of how it has to be recorded.
I don't think you should bother too much about that. You should just focus on your race. You're going to have someone
You've got
Yes.
people
to do
for
that.
that, right?
Yes, someone's putting together the daily
Yeah.
checklist for that. I'm just running, sleeping, and eating.
But tell us about the crew that's going to be with you on the run all the way through.
All the way through. So the core crew is a friend of mine, Arthur Tong, who has, obviously been in the Singapore military for quite some time and does training with them. He's also a triathlon coach. He's lovely enough to be leaving his young daughter and wife behind and joining. And his job is to keep everyone alive that whole time. And he's probably going to be cycling close to 1,000 kilometres because he'll be cycling in front of me
If
the whole
not
way.
all of them, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
So good on him. And then another girlfriend, Joan, who I've known for quite some time. So she's coming to do some content. Elizabeth is coming to help with the content as well. And they're just there to help in any way they possibly can. They'll be communicating to the rest of the world that we're still alive, basically. And then we've got a couple of camera crew and sound guys coming as well to record the whole thing.
That's so nice. I mean,
That's cool,
you're putting
right?
this whole thing together, and maybe one day we'll be able to watch, this tremendous adventure of yours.
Yes.
1,000 kilometers, 2 marathons a day.
It's crazy. I mean, if you want to, I believe the map is going to be out today.
Is
it out already?
Yeah, it isn't. I haven't published it, but I do have it.
Okay.
It's good to go. And we've also got stop-start points along the way. So where the easy parts for people to join in if they want to join in. So they will be able to look on the map. They'll be able to see exactly where they might want to join at what time as
And
well.
they don't have to register or anything. They just come on in.
come
and
on
just
in and join.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
amazing.
yes.
This reminds me of Forrest Gump, actually.
Run, Natalie, run.
So if you want to start, we'll be starting. I think we start in Marceling Park at like 4:10 on that June 5th.
On June 5th. Okay.
Marceling Park.
Yeah.
That's
Where
where they
is
start.
that?
Right up near Woodlands
near
checkpoint.
Woodlands.
Yeah.
So you'll be running across the causeway all the way down. Wow, things like passport checks and all that, especially coming from Malaysia into Singapore. How's that going to run?
Yeah, so you can run across the checkpoint.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either, but you can run and cycle across it. So
Okay.
it is doable. Yeah, so the cars will have to meet me on the other side.
Okay.
Have you gotten approval for this already, or is it just a
You don't
regular
need-
thing?
just
You just need your passport.
I mean,
Yes.
they'll see the camera crew and all that coming. They'll be like, "Oh, I think something's going on."
Yeah.
But maybe you need permission for that.
Yeah,
Like
so I
a-
don't think we'll be filming the checkpoints.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
all right,
yeah,
okay.
I think that's probably, probably not allowed. Yeah.
a little sensitive.
Yes.
Okay, wow. 4:05. Did you say
4:10?
4:10. Wow,
4:10.
so accurate though. 4:10.
Yeah.
How do you time this stuff though?
Yeah, I'm allowing myself some grace, but because I'm going to 2 schools. I'm going to Liliana's school
Yeah.
as well that day. I'm running through that, so there's some hard stops. So I have to sort of pick up the pace at certain points during that. So the afternoon will be nice and cruisy. Those last sort of 15 Ks around Marina Bay will be nice.
Those last cruisy 15Ks, she says so casually.
If you've got any questions for Nat, do send them in via our Facebook, okay?
Yes, please
But
do.
I've got a question for you, Nat. Have you ever, and I'm sure a number of people are thinking the same thing, have you done 2 marathons a day?
I've done 200 Ks in a day, so yes.
That's more than 2 marathons.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no problem.
Question
Yeah.
answered.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just log on to Facebook.
Because I think
I'm
a
not
number of
actually
people are
logged on.
wondering if this is the first time, as in the first time you'll be doing like 2 marathons. But as you just heard, Nat, right? She's not just a marathoner, she is an ultra marathoner. So you've done 200 kilometers
In one go, yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
That's
So
a lot.
for practice right now, are you doing 2 marathons a day?
No, definitely not. So I'm doing double runs. So like tomorrow I've got to run in the morning, then run in the evening. But my kilometres are cut right back now, just so I'm just keeping the legs ticking over. Probably only doing about 70, 80 Ks this week.
Only.
Yeah.
Again, so casually. Okay, we have a question from one of our viewers. Her name is Lavina, and she asks, where do you get that inspiration to do something like this?
Yeah, I think it's trying to do something bigger than myself is the inspiration. So, I can run, so using that for some good. And, I know what sports brought to my life. I know what it's brought to Liliana's life, and trying to give that to other girls and give them access to that is probably the inspiration.
Okay, we have some well wishes from Raymond Francis. He says, you are amazing, Natalie. Do take care of yourself. All the best. Lavina says, good thing, again, she's come back on. She goes, glad about the topic that came up. Regardless of what your body shape is, we should all love ourselves, despite what other people say.
Yeah, there are too many influences out there, I think,
that are setting standards that are unrealistic.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone wanting
Yeah.
to just be skinny.
Yes.
Without working out or
and a
eating
jawline that looks like a
healthily.
V and
Yeah.
everything else. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, let's go back for traffic.
21 minutes, throw up your arms into the sky, you and I.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards Tuas, right before Toh Guan Road's exit, look out for a stationary vehicle. If you spot anything else out there, WhatsApp us 8855-0920.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Natalie Dau at Rockstar Arms. If you want to follow her, and you should follow her because she's about to embark on an amazing adventure.
That's right. If you want to find out more about this adventure called Project 1000, you can head to project1000.run. A map of the entire route is going to be posted later today. She's going to be running from Thailand through the entire Malaysia, where you're going to be spending a lot of the time in, because it's a long country down, right? How many days do you reckon?
Yeah, it's 706 kilometres the length of Malaysia,
Wow.
so it's a big chunk of
Out of the
run.
1,000.
Yes, yeah.
And then she's going to be ending up in Singapore on World Running Day on the 5th of June at about 6 p.m. Is that when you hit Western?
Yes, 6 p.m. is when we hit the Western at
Okay.
Asia Square, yeah.
So we're going to be there at the finish line.
For sure.
Or maybe we'll walk a jog the last kilometer or so and just pretend we've done a bit of it. But if you do want to join Natalie and us as well, we do want to be there, because we do want to be a part of this record-breaking feat that you're doing.
Yes.
What does your family have to say about this?
Yeah, every time I speak to my parents, they're having a heart attack, I think. They're obviously very, very supportive. Matt and Lily are supportive. They'll be there at the start and the finish. So I think it's probably good for my marriage that Matt's not coming. So I think that's probably better.
But can he run as well? Is Matt a runner?
Is he a runner?
He's a runner, but like 15 Ks is his,
Okay.
spot. He's not a marathoner. He just likes to get out there, run and get it
Right.
done.
What about Liliana?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm making her into a runner, but we're doing obviously the unlabelled run this Saturday, so that's her first 10K run, which will be fun.
Does she like running, though? Or do you make her run?
She's getting to like it more.
Okay. I love that.
As I said, as long as you don't, compete too hard, I think many people lost their love for running in school when they had to do the 2.4 kilometer
Oh my
run.
gosh, yeah.
They had to come in, in a certain time
To get
you know.
medals.
Exactly,
Yeah.
to pass or to fail.
Yeah.
That's when it was painful. I
Yes.
remember when I was in school, I never enjoyed running.
I hated it.
But now that I can run at a leisurely pace, just take my time, enjoy the surroundings, take nice breaths, as you run. I love it. I love it so much more. So I think even for someone like Angel, right?
I love the idea of running. I just haven't done running. The way, not even close to you, obviously, but even
Yeah.
like how you do it.
Right.
I haven't done it before like that.
Yeah, so you should.
Okay. No, not should.
Because
I'll
maybe
try
you have
it.
some bad memories of running.
Again,
also
like
from-
you said, it's the association of in school. You know, you're gonna fail or you're gonna pass. You're not gonna be as good as the rest. You're not gonna be as fit as the rest. So it's all that. Oh, I have to. So I want to do it because I want to.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Nat on the Big Show TV. It's 8:14.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
Salil has come on our Facebook page and he says, "Hi Natalie, all the best for this awesome project for charity. Are others also running with you, or are you doing this alone?"
So 90% of it is alone. At the beginning, I've got a good girlfriend from Singapore, Serena Tjoe, flying up, who's a national marathoner. So she's starting the first day with me. I've got a friend flying over from the US who's running the first day, and we'll have people in local communities running in Thailand. But then Malaysia's pretty soulless.
Oh, really?
I think that'll be a lot of solo. But then, as we said, the last day, you know, as many people as we possibly can come out and run. Even if it's 1 kilometre, it doesn't matter. Just come and be part of it.
That'll be something amazing. And somebody asked, what time do you start on the first day, on the 25th?
Yeah, 5 a.m. is our call time, is our start time every day, except for the last day in Singapore, just because we're doing a couple of things that'll be earlier, but 5 a.m. every day.
And what time do you finish?
Hopefully we're done by 6, hopefully every day. So a little break in between each marathon and then, you know, early to bed, ideally in bed by 7:30 every night, and then up at 4.
Okay, so what is it?
12 hours, 2 marathons.
12 hours, 2 marathons. But what is your diet going to look like after you're done for the day? You know, are you going to jump straight into having a big meal, and then when you wake up, what are you going to have?
Yeah, so I'll start the day probably with oats or cereal or something like that. I mean, I'm going to be eating a lot of bananas, a lot of bread.
While you're running?
Yes, while I'm running. Lunchtime, protein, milk, and then, you know, the same again in the afternoon. And the first thing I'll do when I finish running again in the evening is another Arla protein milk, just because I can get it down. It's 25 grams of protein and you're repairing straight away. Because meat and eggs and things like that are going to be a bit
Too
hard
heavy.
to get. So it'll just be, what can I get down, basically.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
I know, right?
So for your lunch, are you running and lunching, or do you actually get a break?
I'm going to stop for
You're gonna
about an
stop.
hour and a
Okay,
half over
okay.
lunch. Cool down, change my shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe change clothes, fix anything, any blisters, any chafing, anything like that will happen.
Wow.
And then, yeah, head off again.
So how many calories are you burning exactly per day then? I mean,
We're
if you're
going to
talking
record it all. So we
Yeah.
are recording everything. We're recording my weight at the start and the end of every day. We're recording calories, how many protein shakes I drink,
Oh my gosh.
how many bananas I eat, all of that thing. So we will do a tally the whole way. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see how many, you know, I'm thinking it's probably about 10,000 a day. That's all.
Calories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably all though.
But how much
Yeah.
are you making back with it?
Exactly,
Yeah,
Like-
won't
which
be
is why
eating
I'm asking, right?
10,000. I know it's too hard to get in 10,000 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you talk about the caloric deficit.
Yeah, yeah,
know,
which will be a lot more.
I'm
than
just
what you can
worried
put in.
you're going to be losing too much
Too
weight.
much weight. Yeah.
So we'll be monitoring, and I'll be getting, you know, calories in through liquid if I need be, so some dense drinks as well. But basically, if, you know, the joy will be if I want to eat a Snickers, I'll be eating as many Snickers bars as I want
true.
along the way.
Will you have a medical professional with you at all?
Arthur is qualified.
Okay.
So we've got an AED machine. We've got the medical kit in each van, so we are pretty well prepared. We've got backup plans of knowing where the closest hospitals are if we
Okay.
need to, as an emergency.
I mean, knock on wood,
Yeah,
but it's
Yeah.
always
absolutely.
good to have
knock
those.
on wood. I'll knock
those-
my head also.
Yeah.
My mom used to say my head is made of wood.
Yeah, that's what all our parents said. But it is a very mathematical journey, isn't it? Because you're saying things like you're counting your calories, you're measuring everything. Each timing has to be measured. Each point has to be measured. How many pairs of shoes are you going
It's
through?
a science, man.
Yeah.
It is a science.
5.
5 pairs?
Only
pairs,
5 pairs.
Only 5 pairs. And I won't wear them out. You
So
know.
it's 200 kilometers or so per pair.
Yeah.
Okay, and which model are you wearing?
Yeah,
Okay,
which is
since,
a $1 million question. I'm wearing the ASICS Super Blast, which
All the way through.
I've got a pair of Nova Blast in there as well, just to mix it up if I want. But the Super Blast are my favorite ASICS shoe, and they're perfect for this as well.
Okay.
What's the difference between the Nova Blast and the Super Blast?
The Nova Blast are a little bit thicker. A little bit more high performance. None of them are carbon plated, but the Super Blast is just got a little bit more of a thickness and a bit more of a push forward, as a bit more rocker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I want to get, one of these, I'm flat-footed. So
Same.
which one should I get?
If you're just running like 10Ks and things, Nova Blast 4 is great. It's a really good shoe. But if you're looking to do something longer, like halves or a marathon, then I would say Super Blast.
I just want to say I'm wearing the same pair of shoes as
As
Natalie Dau.
as the Guinness Book of World Record runner.
Tell you what, I'll get both pairs. How about that?
So Debster has just come on. Debster, we'll put the link up for Natalie's website if we can, Shalini. It's project1000.run. But obviously, if you want to keep an eye on what Natalie is up to, daily updates and all that, everything will be on your Instagram, right?
It will be, yes.
Are you going live at any point in
Yes,
time?
we are doing lives. We're doing lives with different athletes along the way. We're doing, we'll be doing a reel every day, which is a summary of it. And then Joan will be taking over my Instagram, and we're taking over the ASICS Instagram as well during it. So we will be randomly going live during the day for people to tune in as well.
Incredible.
So exciting.
I'm so excited. Like I'm already thinking about what to wear on June the 5th. Joel,
Head down to ASICS.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Joel has come on. Wait, hold on. This has disappeared. And Joel has said, I must admit that I'm so inspired that I want to start running regularly again. That's very cool. We've put the link up for project1000.run. Have a look at that. All the updates will be there. The map will be there. Joel, if you want to join Natalie in Singapore, you can as well. And anyone can join along the way. No registration needed.
No
at all.
registration, just turn up and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Sounds like a ton amount of fun.
Super. Nat, after you're done with all this, as I mentioned, I think a few months ago, was it last year? Maybe we can organize something on
Yes.
Kiss 92. Just some of the listeners who would like to get back to running.
Yeah, like a running clinic almost.
yeah,
Maybe a
or
small
who would
running
love to learn a little bit more about running. You know, misconceptions about how bad running is for the knees and all that. And I think I spoke to you about this once before. You said no, not. Just
It's about
just
the
look
right
at Nat.
shoes and strides.
She's an ultra marathoner.
Yeah.
Not to say, she doesn't go for regular
Maintenance.
at the physio. But if you do it right, you're not going to wear your knees out just by running.
No, and also doing strength as well too, right? So I think that's the key is, I make sure that I'm doing leg strength, upper body strength, so just not only running.
Yeah. I think that's important as well. Okay, let's go for traffic and go on air.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards Tuas after Upper Jurong Road, please avoid lanes 1 and 2. An accident has been spotted. And also on the AYE towards the MCE before the Tuas West Road exit, look out for a broken down vehicle. And finally on the SLE towards the CTE after the Woodlands Avenue 2 exit. Hey, you're going to be in Woodlands, Nat, very, very soon. Avoid lane 3 because an accident has been spotted there. Wherever you are today, stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show at The Big Show TV. We are with Super Nat,
Yeah.
Rockstar Arms, Natalie Dau. And if you're watching Nat in the studio right now, there you go. That's why she's
Show us
called
your Rockstar Arms. Come on.
Look
give
at
us
those
a flex.
arms. Oh, yeah.
So Natalie Dau is here for the last time before she embarks on her big mission of running 1,000 kilometers from Thailand to Singapore, starting on the 25th of May.
And
which
it is a
next-
mission because she's
It's a
raising
mission.
funds
Absolutely.
for girls.
Yes, yes, the girls' charity. You said it's under the umbrella of
Women win.
Women Win. You can find out more information at project1000.run. What are you not looking forward to on this run?
The chafing.
Okay. Not the heat?
Yeah, the heat won't be fun, but I know the chafing can be bad in all sorts of places we don't want to discuss.
Yeah.
So
But then, I mean, don't you have the option of, running in like a running suit instead of? Because when you're talking about the chafing and all that, you're also talking about are you wearing shorts?
yes, I wear shorts. I've
So-
got tights. I've got
Right.
all options, but it doesn't matter
Oh,
after
yeah,
a
because-
certain number of kilometres.
Because it's
Yeah.
just the repeated rubbing, isn't
and
it?
and because it's hot, so you're sweating more. So I've got all sorts of creams and lotions and Vaselines and things and tape. So yeah, it'll be a bit of a mess at the end.
So, okay, for a regular person who chafes, not for someone who runs 1,000 kilometers, what can we do to not chafe?
Yeah, so I think just put on Vaseline or put on some sort of lubricant before you run is the best thing, and put it in places for girls. It's always sports bras that you forget about too. So guys, luckily don't have that. They've got their nipples they have to cover sometimes for the
For
longer
guys?
runs. Yeah,
Oh,
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
chafing as well,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I know
Oh.
of guys who
Yeah,
have
bleed.
Wow, I didn't know.
Chafing.
They bleed.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Wow, okay. Good tips there. Good tips. Okay. No chafing for you this week.
Okay, Nat, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will be keeping a very close eye on everything that you'll be doing, like that police song. Every breath you take, every move
Yeah,
we'll be watching you.
I'll be trying to stay alive. So that's the best.
You'll be great. We have no doubt that you'll be great. All the best.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much for the support, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right, and don't forget to follow Nat on her socials, okay? At Rockstar Arms, and what are you on Facebook?
Same.
Rockstar
Okay.
Arms.
All right, it's going to be exciting. All the best, Nat.
Thank you.
Let's take a photo. I want to take a photo.
Yes,
of Nat
and Nian
before-
Tjoe is next.
Nian Tjoe is coming in.
Nian Tjoe can come in now, actually.
Yeah, he can.
Is he talking to someone?
No, he looks like he's thinking. Okay.
No one's got them yet. They're only one size because that's all they.
Oh, amazing. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we should have won this for the shot. Wait.
Nola.
That's okay, guys.
Oh, very cool.
I'm gonna
Now
go
that's
running
taken,
this
taken
evening.
the guessing game out of what to wear on the 5th of June.
Oh,
Amazing.
so nice and light. There you go, folks.
Believe Rockstar Arms, love it. Yeah. Okay.
Sweetness. Thank you, Nat.
That's okay.
All the best.
Thanks, beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thanks.
See you at the finish
See
line.
you. Yes. I'll see you Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, different finish line.
That's right.
See you, Georgia. Thank you.
Bye, Nat.
Can you find your way out? You're okay?
I'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
Have you heard of the project? Running from Thailand to.
I heard
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah.
Two
Thailand to
marathons a day.
Singapore. 2 marathons a day. 82 kilometers a day.
So it's like today I asked her, I'm like, have you done it before? She's like, well, I've run 200 kilometers a day.
We were like, okay.
Wow, okay. Then this shouldn't be a problem. Because she's an
Alright.
ultra marathoner.
She's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
Your story is in the news, actually.
What?
What you wanted to talk about?
Is it?
Yeah, it was in the news earlier. Car deregistrations
yes.
in
Yeah.
Q. How many stories are there? Just
Oh
one.
yeah,
right?
that's
one.
right.
Yeah, it was in the. We
So
read it.
Many people are getting rid of their cars, as in scrapping their cars now.
Yeah, so I
Okay,
thought,
so wait. We'll go on
Can we
straight
go
away.
on in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. I hope he's talking about like a fat person.
Why?
No, because I mean, if not, he's just talking about someone with like a very like a model-esque
And what's
body.
wrong with that?
No, but we were just talking about body image and all that.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be fat or thin or wide or skinny. He's just
Yeah.
talking about the shape of the person that he loves.
No, that's true, but
Yeah, this is exactly what we're trying to
Oh.
get rid of.
no, this is exactly what I'm trying to do to help. you
No,
know?
you're not helping.
Really?
No,
I'm
not
like,
at all.
Love the body of a fat person.
Love the
That's-
body of everybody.
Yeah.
That's all shapes and sizes.
especially
No,
the
Glenn,
Dua Lipa
st-
body.
oh my
You see, because if you just say
Okay, Glenn,
shape
stop.
of, I'm thinking
Stop. We have a guest.
Yes,
Yes.
Our guest for this second guest for this morning is our senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, Mr. Lee Nian Tjoe.
Hello, good
Joe
morning.
with a T.
Tea with the Joe. Have some Joe with your tea. Okay, so Lian Joe, today we're talking about something that we read about in the news. Car deregistrations in the first quarter of this year. The highest number in nearly 3 years. Tell us more. And why does this matter?
So why it matters, first and foremost, is, well, cars are taken off the roads, right? But the way the system works is that the cars are taken off the road, they actually release a COE. When a car dies, COE gets resurrected,
Right.
gets recycled. Yeah, so essentially what this means is that it kind of supports what we've already known before, which is that there'll be more COEs being released into the market in the coming years. However, what is also an insight that I got when we were doing crunching the stats and talking to the people is that, look, when your car is due to be scrapped, right, when you reach its 10th year, and you start shopping before your car is actually taken away from you.
Okay.
So this
Yeah.
means that basically the increase in demand, because there are more vehicles that are going to be due, right? But owners of these vehicles will actually want to start shopping for cars a little bit in advance. And this actually, before you reach this time when hopefully COE premiums come down, cars become less expensive, well, the opposite will happen first. Because demand is stronger.
Right.
Okay.
And everyone expects whoever they're buying the car from to get the COE for them.
Of course, yeah. So in any case, right? So even if you say that, let's narrow it down to say just this weekend, you buy the car today, then your car is coming next week,
Right.
but you're still holding to the car, right?
Okay.
Your own car, and then that means there's a COE that you're sitting on, right?
Yeah.
And then your new car is coming next week, and then after you collect the car, then the dealer takes it off you typically, and then gets that scrap, and then that COE of your old car
Goes to another car.
becomes available for
Right,
bidding
yes.
a little bit in the future.
Yeah.
Specifically, I mean, the calculation is pretty boring and complicated, but basically you only see it in the next 3 months at the earliest.
It's a minimum of 3 months before that COE
Yes,
pops
that's just
up.
the way the
Right.
system works, because the number of COEs that are released or announced by the government, it's in 3-month periods. So last 3 months, this number of cars were scrapped, right? This goes into the calculation.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, in this very specific example of 1 week to the next,
Yeah.
well, here you'll be sitting on, technically holding back one COE because the one you're sitting on, and getting a new one. So this is what we're talking about. That demand, this return of demand is going to outstrip this return of supply. or increase in
See.
supply. Yeah.
Okay.
They're not balanced.
It won't be because there's a lag. Yeah, especially when you're
That
at a
3
situation.
months.
Yeah, that's the minimum. Why I'm saying the minimum, because the way it's calculated now, COEs, this gets really boring.
It's okay.
No,
is that
it's
it
fine.
takes 4 quarters. Each quarter, 3 months, right?
Yeah.
So one COE is fully realized as a new COE over 4 quarters. Yes, we got rolled
Okay,
eyes all around. But
alright.
basically, it just means that this lag can run on a little bit, right? Which that's not something that I guess anybody who has a car now wants to get a car, and whatever position they're in, it's not something that it's not a reality that we really want to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk solutions
Okay.
on the Big Show TV. It's 8:34.
The Big Show.
So
Okay.
solutions. Are there any?
No.
Okay. That's the end of the topic.
Whose fabulous idea is this?
Glenn.
No, this is actually something that it is in the structure, the way the system is designed. So on a more serious note, right, is this. I think we go back to the price mechanism. So if we know that this COE price is because of the demand for COE and the supply of COE, so when demand outstrips supply, price stays high. This is basic. This is microeconomics 101. So it means that I guess you skim the cream. So those who can afford it, go ahead, make my day, take it now. But it just means that this COE premium will stay on this high level, and it will eventually, hopefully, come down a little bit. But along the way, there are two things at play here. One is, of course, how much you can afford. The other thing is also the market sentiment. This is a rather sad realization. Is this? So over the weekend, I was up and down Linky Road meeting people and all that, where the car showrooms are. And you have a dealer, one of these dealer friends that I trust. He says, hey, when the COE is climbing up, right? This is for Cat A. This is a small car one. When it went about 60,000 or so, everybody reeled like, oh no, this is terrible. And then in January, we came down from 90s into 60s, and everybody celebrated. So the same figure, right? 60,000 thereabouts. But the sentiments have changed. And then people were rushing in because, it's only 60,000. I'm like,
Yeah. It's still
honestly,
a lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you not so long ago, it was not 60, it was in the 40s.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you see this climb, but as it's coming down, people feel like, this is good. So I think what we'll see coming back to, is there a solution? There isn't a solution, you just need to tide over. So somebody who's in the market now going, it's 80, it's 70, whatever the number is, right? This is your own decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they think it's more fun this way? Like speculation. You know what I mean? It's like, and it was 90, and then, but once upon a time it was 40.
But
now
everyone
that it's
does
going
it,
down
right?
Yeah, but what I'm thinking right here is, and you've been doing this a long time, Ninjo, and we all know what the COE is for, right? But let's say we get rid of the COEs, right? And we just make and we just make car prices sky high. Because at the end of the day, the COE is to make it less affordable. Is to make cars more expensive as well.
Yeah. But
Right?
car prices are already sky high compared to.
No, how about like instead of $100,000 COE that is
Add the
supposed to be for,
$100,000 to the car.
exactly. Why is that not considered?
No, but they're controlling the number of
Because
cars.
it's the COEs but then if you make cars expensive,
Yeah.
there will be some kind
Of
of
control.
Yeah,
I don't know. Nianjo?
I think,
because this paper is irritating.
okay, first thing, it's not a paper. You print it out yourself.
So it's not an actual paper,
Yeah.
it's
Right,
just
right,
an
right.
idea
Yeah.
of it, yeah.
But I think interesting point. But I go back to my understanding what the COE system works, right?
Because we are the only ones in the entire world with this whole COE thing. Right?
And it seems it used to work quite well.
It's $93,000, by the way, for
Yes.
Cat A now.
Yep. And it will probably stay this way, a little bit more, a little bit less. But you're not gonna turn the number around and say it's $39,000 anytime soon or ever. Some say. But to the point about this whole thing of why don't you slap a tax on top? So my understanding is COEs are all about the allocation of the number of the number of vehicles, population.
How many COEs are out there? Is there a number of
No.
COEs? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
So this is the fun part, right? Because some time ago, back in my days, it used to be that there's an allowable growth in the number of vehicles. So vehicle population you could allow it to grow a little bit, right? And then Not so long ago, the decision is no, zero.
They capped it, right?
Yeah, they capped it. So this is why the whole thing that we started with, a COE that's retired or expired comes back as one COE. Yeah, so one out, one in.
Yeah.
But the problem is out first, then in.
Yeah.
So back to this allocation mechanism of the COE is that I believe from the design of the system, it goes like it's working perfectly well because supply, demand, when it meets, you get the price. Right? The question then on Glenn's point, if you say let's call it $100,000, well, it is $100,000, pretty much, give or take a few $1,000s. Then why do you get it and I don't? Because if it's down to affordability, then it's an arms race.
How do they?
Yeah, I mean, but in this case with the COE system is you bid, right? How much you are able to or you're willing to. Of course, then the complication comes in because consumers don't actually bid for the COE.
It's the companies.
The companies, majority. And the other thing about it is that oftentimes, COE has fallen. The premium is down to 60,000. Let's go in. Sorry, man, because that happened yesterday where the bidding closed. Now
and we
everybody's
bought it at that price. Yeah,
you can't have it at 60,000 now. You go back to the dealer said, I really want to give it to you at 60,000. The money isn't mine. It doesn't go to me at all. We are now, there's this whole rush of consumers. There's going to be saying they're going to chase up the COE. That's the natural state of play. Right? Yeah.
But what would actually be better for the car companies? Are car companies actually doing well? Because I can't see them doing well consistently because it is all based on how high or how low the COEs are.
Yeah, actually, here's the thing. Again, back to there's nothing like having kopi in showrooms and watching people and talking to people, right? really, it's just the same as us, hanging out at creepy bus stops and talking to computers as reporters.
Okay.
So here's the thing: car companies do not like the idea that 5 years ago is this price and then now is this price. Why? Because they can't plan, and it's not just about how much money they make. I think let's put the money aside, if you can, but think of the resources behind it, right? Because the vehicle population is one thing. The number of cars you're able to sell as a company, whether you have one brand or 5 brands, you then need to fill up with people, right? Fundamentally, I think we want employment.
Yes.
As in, we want people around us to be employed.
Yes.
Right? You want food on the table.
Yes.
But what if I tell you that, in the next 2 years, we don't really know whether I can sell so many cars.
Yeah.
So I better throttle back a little bit. And then if the market does come back, like now we're talking about the projection 2027, there'll be plenty more COEs in the market, we're going to sell more cars. Then you go, oh no, we lost the mechanics. We lost the salespeople. Maybe that's quite interchangeable. I mean, it's substitute. But the sort of talents that runs the business, that keeps the vehicles in good shape and all these other processes behind it, chances are they'll be lost.
Yes.
Right? I mean, we've seen it during COVID when you have a whole bunch of people that have left Singapore. And they're not coming back.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah.
The traffic.
Going on air. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Quite a number of incidents out there, so pay attention, especially if you're on the KJE towards the PIE. Before the PIE Changi exit, avoid lanes 1 and 2. An accident has been spotted there. In the CTE tunnel as well, towards the AYE, after the Bukit Timah Road exit, avoid the right lane. Yet another accident. And also on the TPE towards the PIE, before the KPE exit, another accident has been spotted and causing congestion all the way back to the Pongal Road exit. Avoid lane 2. For anything else, you can WhatsApp us 88550920.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our second guest for this morning is the senior transport correspondent from the Straits Times, our good friend, Lee Nian Tjoe. Once again, thank you, Nian Tjoe, for coming in to clarify, everything that I think, car enthusiasts like myself and Angel, love for you to talk about. And today we're talking about COEs.
And car
and
deregistrations.
scrapping cars.
Scrapping, in layman's terms, scrapping cars, because the number just in the first quarter of this year, the first 3 months of the year, was the highest in nearly 3 years.
Yes. Yeah.
And why is the number so high again for anyone who's just tuning in now?
Why are they scrapping their cars?
Well, because the COEs are due. So the current rules of the way, for a long time, is that your COE typically have a lifespan of 10 years. You could either, at the end of the 10 year, you could either decide to revalidate for another 10 years
Or 5 years.
And if you do 5, that's it, right?
Yes.
You can't
Then you has
renew
to
another
be,
10, right?
Yeah, then that vehicle along with the COE must be given up.
After the 15 years in
That's
total,
yeah.
right?
It could be 15 because you could revalidate it a little bit
Twice,
earlier.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
whatever the permutations are. But the point is, why are there so many cars being deregistered in the first quarter? The strongest driver is because 10 years ago, 2014, there were just a lot of cars being registered.
Were they very cheap at that time, or because
Compared to now, yes, very cheap.
everything was cheaper then?
Yes, back in the time. But yeah, so this is actually the basis that informs what happens now, right? So 2014, and then the good news is that 2015, even more cars registered. 2016
Oh.
and 2017 was the highest before it starts coming down a little bit.
So in 2027, we're going to see a lot more cars being deregistered,
Yes.
because based on the numbers.
It should be.
back
Yeah,
then,
it should be. It should be. I mean, deregistration is let's just call it it's a definite there's a certainty in there. Question is what happens after when they're deregistered. I can think of a few things. One, of course, we're talking a little bit about revalidations, right? You can extend it. Because cars are expensive, I'm going to hold on to it for another 5 years or 10 years and so on. The other thing is that there's no saying of where the policies will go, right? I mean, a few things can happen. You can say, okay, that's great. I mean, we've got more COEs. Let's just make hay, right? Everybody buys a new car. The other thing is, because back to this we shared a little bit on air, was the fact that you have this situation where COEs, there are plenty of COEs, feast. Very few COEs, famine. So this feast and famine is something which is not desirable. Not desirable in many ways. One, we've seen it in 2023 when COE, we just made record news, right? We're talking about, it becomes, I won't say a laughing stock, but it's a really something to chat about. It's the best coffee shop topic.
Coffee shop talk. Yeah.
Now, you don't want that to keep fluctuating up and down, right? Some will say, hey, keep it high. Some say keep it low, whatever the number is. So the thing in my head I'm thinking is, look, when come 2027, we have plenty of COEs. Do we really, I mean, it's not a given that we're going to have all of them, are we? Right? Maybe on a hold back a little bit for the next, because I said after 2017, registration starts coming down.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to save some a little bit. When I said we, it's not the pronoun of us
Of
here.
us, it's
whoever
we,
makes the rules.
The transport minister.
I like to think he has a team of people
The
behind
ministry,
him too.
the transport ministry,
Yeah.
as
Transport
a whole.
ministry.
As a whole.
But it's a huge topic because transport is something that is really integral to our lives. I mean, you stop transport, if transport, stop evolving, stop developing, it's going to fall out of step with the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not
you
an
see,
easy job.
I mean, the fact that we are trying to connect every part of Singapore right now,
Yes.
for our transport system.
With the
I
trains
think
and
goes
everything.
to show that I think the government just wants more and more people to take public transportation.
Yeah, and we've got a
and
great
less
transport
people,
system.
to drive. Or I may be wrong. I don't know.
Wrong, I want to bang the table.
I mean, but this goes towards your carbon neutral as well for 2030. If you get more people in the trains and in the shared buses and less cars on the road, it does go the right way.
Hang on, I think there are quite a few points here, which needs a little bit of fleshing out, right?
Okay.
But the difference is COE, certificate of entitlement, is ownership, right? But if you say that you can own a car, but doesn't mean that you are only using the car exclusively,
Yes.
right? You could take a bus, you could walk.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the other problem is the psyche of a high COE and expensive car is that, look, I'm paying so much for it, I'm going to use it to death.
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
is congestion.
Yes.
The enemy is congestion and emissions and sustainability.
So it's
and all that.
education.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's also the environment. If the vehicle becomes less priced, relatively speaking, you go like, really taking the public transport is such a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe let's save it for the times when it's so inconvenient to take a public transport, where it's better to take private. I think the problem here is that when you're down with no choice, right?
Yeah.
And you have colloquial Hokkien words for that. No choice. And it doesn't go down well with anybody if you think about it.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more next week when you're on the show. Thank you so much, Nian Tjoe, for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Everybody say
Wake up feeling good. The Big Show.
in the morning.
Kiss 92.